right, we're building a quality today, boys and girls.
Yeah.
We're talking about building a quality stock portfolio. So many ideas out there. You're buying stocks. You got Robinhood. You got all these other apps. And you're like, this is going to be amazing. I'm going to make $10 trillion in 3 seconds. Don't tell anybody. I got this special magic formula.
Right.
And we're going to teach you some things that I think are going to help you through the years of experience of really how to build quality. And not just shoot for the moon, but build quality. Right, guys?
Quality. I'm shooting for the moon.
And quality at the same time.
Yeah.
So
Hey,
here we
you got
go.
a little show and tell for us today, right?
Yeah, check this out. You ready for this, guys?
Yeah.
Boom, look at this.
Bam, Jordan, signed jersey.
Woo,
Yeah.
bigger than my whole face. Come on now. I'm doing a little show and tell in the studio. But, hey, the reason I brought that in is because a lot of people remember that Jordan talked a lot about the idea that you become an expert in a shot by taking over 10,000 shots in that same shot. Remember him talking about that?
Yeah.
I mean, just a lot of failure along the way, but take 10,000 shots. So when you actually look at investing, you got to be willing to put the work in. Now, hopefully, you're not going to take 10,000 trades to get to the place where you're making some money, because if you do, you're going to be in the bread line. So pay attention to what you're doing. But when you build a quality stock portfolio, guys, I think the first thing that we got to talk about is the idea of, okay, there's a couple things that are out there. So let's kind of correct some narratives. Number one, people think that you can just buy one thing sometimes and you're just going to rocket to the moon. And then what happens is every once in a while that happens. But then they have that belief and mentality of this is how you invest. And then they try it again and they end up losing all their money.
It don't work out.
That one thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So the idea is that's a little bit of a myth. Like, don't just be in a place where you're so consumed with just one thing. You do need some diversity and you do need some diversification. But the other thing is you don't want to be in a situation also where you're over diversified.
Right.
And you're buying, 50, 100, 200 different positions, investments.
You can't track all
You
that.
can't track that. I mean, it's just not a good idea. It's like if you're in a situation where you're going to the horse race and there's 20 horses racing, let me tell you what you don't do. You don't bet on all 20.
Right.
Pick one or two, maybe three.
Right.
And then you're watching that horse. You've probably done research around that horse.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, this horse is amazing, that kind of thing. You got some history. Same way with investing.
Yeah.
Right? Whether it's cryptocurrency, whether it's stocks in the market.
Right. Yeah, I have a Robinhood app. You can invest about in anything over there. And then when I decided to pick a stock portfolio, I know a lot about cryptocurrency, Bitcoin miners, grayscale, things like that. Cryptocurrency, Coinbase.
Yep.
Those are the things I decided to choose when I started investing in stocks.
Yeah, and when you is what he chose.
Shut up, Kevin. Nobody cares.
My name is Kevin, and I'm here to help you do nothing. No, for real, but it's true. Stay in your lane a little bit, and it's okay to diversify out.
Yeah,
right. A lot of these younger kids today, I say younger kids, they're in a place where they're investing in all digital assets. They're not really investing in stocks. So I don't think there's anything wrong with a little bit of diversity. But when you buy something, so here's kind of a little bit of a thought, right? So number one, how many positions, which is buying a stock or buying a crypto kind of thing, how many positions do you actually need? Well, I'll ask you guys, see if you know. How many positions do you need to be truly fully diversified, but yet still have some good concentration?
Right now, I'm not diversified. If Bitcoin goes down, everything goes down.
So don't take his advice.
I actually got everything in Bitcoin miners, but we bought really low. We did a great job in buying the bottom. Close to the bottom.
Well, we didn't buy the bottom. We got close to the bottom.
We got close to the bottom, and we realized that cryptocurrency goes in cycles.
Right.
And we see the cycle coming back around.
So,
we love volatility.
Let me tell you what this is, guys, in case you're wondering. This is someone making an excuse to tell themselves why they're going to hang in there. That's what that is.
Right.
Now, I'm not saying that what they're saying is wrong.
Right.
I'm just saying it may not always be right.
Right.
So, it's like they say, guys, it's your story. You can tell it however you want.
Right.
So here's what I would suggest. When you take a look at buying stuff, here's what I would say. Now, this is from my perspective. It's going to be a little different than theirs, but that's okay. The perspective would be, it's okay to do some of what they're talking about. Like some of what you guys are talking about hanging in there. It's okay. It's okay. You're going to be all right. I hope. But if you buy stocks, think about it. Buy different industries, right?
Yeah.
So if you're buying something maybe in tech, maybe you love technology, well, buy maybe 3 or 4 different companies that do complementary things. So let's say you love Apple, right? So you love Apple, a great stock, love Apple, and I think it's a good company. I think it's got a lot of growth potential. I think it's not going anywhere.
Right.
How many people in the world have iPhones?
Very
all the
safe.
stuff that goes with that, right? Now, it doesn't mean there's not volatility on the stock, but it does mean that there's maybe some opportunity, so you want to pay attention to when you're going to buy in there. Obviously, this isn't advice. You have to make your own decision. But then when you look at Apple, there might be other companies, guys, that are complementary to Apple.
Right.
In other words, they might make chips or they might make other things that Apple would find use for. Or maybe there's a company where Apple is involved in collaboration, and so now there's collaboration there, and so now they're in a place where there's more increased synergy as well. You may look at a company like Microsoft, another big platform, where maybe you say, okay, maybe I like Microsoft, maybe I don't. But what you can do is you can say, okay, who are the people that Microsoft is purchasing, software, product, chips, things like that. Who are they purchasing things from? It's almost kind of like what you're saying in a lot of ways with Bitcoin versus Bitcoin mining stocks.
Right.
It's kind of the same idea. It's kind of like niching down, right?
Right.
And then when you take a look at that, it's always good to have a little bit of diversity in companies that do different things, because obviously there's a lot of different sectors in the market. And my suggestion, I think, when you're talking about building a quality portfolio, is be in a place where you're not, again, having too many positions, but you might have 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 10 that you're really watching.
Right.
And then those that you watch, you're riding the train. You're watching when they make some money, you take some profit. When you see some pullback, you jump back in, and so goes the story. But these are companies that are quality, they're sustainable, they're going to be here, and they're going to be around. And
they're going to be around a lot longer than Bitcoin mining stock.
What that will do is that will limit your need for telling other people why you're still hanging in there and what you're waiting for. Because you're in and out.
Yeah,
And that's really the key. So on that note, Kevin, what do you have to say about that?
I need to get diversified.
It's good investing in something like Bitcoin or around Bitcoin.
Yeah.
But we got everything in there.
Yeah.
That would be like this.
I'm a gambler.
That would be like saying, all right, let me think about it like this. I like real estate. So I'm going to take all of my money and I'm going to invest it in one property. All of it. And then if I get more money, I'm actually going to remodel that property and keep putting more money in the same property.
I'm going to hang in there.
Hang in there. And at some point in time, somebody's going to hit you on the side of the head with a hammer and say, you know what? You can remodel that property as much as you want, but you ain't getting that value back out.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's the idea of diversity along the way. That's the key. Building a quality plan. Don't miss out. Do it well, boys.
Yeah.